I have titled this video Evolution is Simply Biology Part 2. This is further to my video that I provided you about 4 to 6 weeks ago called Evolution is Simply Biology. I've been given a lot of thought with regards to why people deny or lie to themselves and lie to others why they think evolution is wrong. And it doesn't come down to the fact that we evolved from an ape-like creature. I think it comes down to the questions around life, the whole foundation of our very being. What is its purpose, its meaning, its morality? Because all I keep hearing from many Christians, etc., is morality, morality, morality. So that's why they challenge the whole theory of evolution, which, by the way, is backed up with overwhelming amount of evidence to support it. So on with the presentation. Thanks for watching. Lots. The whole issue with people not accepting evolution, even with the massive amount of evidence, is down to the profound questions around life. What is its purpose, its morality, and its meaning? So people deny the whole foundation of evolution, no matter how much evidence we show them to support the theory. I don't think it comes down to the fact that we evolved from an ape-like creature that they have issues with. I think it comes down to their emotional consequences of facing the evidence of facts. I work with some of the most excellent people I've ever been acquainted with. Most are atheists, and I'm sure one is agnostic, and 2 are Hindus. They are not only the best educated people that I've ever worked with in my opinion, but the best microbiologists too. You see, we see evolution happen daily. We have been looking into the evolution in the terms of natural selection of E-Coli, its genetic changes over a period of time, and have been given many generations that sprung up by the process of asexual bacterial behaviours. It's just amazing to see these bacteriums adapt into a new strain. After the incubation period, we can start to look at the data analysis, and there are several common evolutionary developments shared by populations of these bacteria. We can measure against the ancestor strain, which has increased hurriedly at the beginning, but slowing off after so many generations. Colonies, or populations if you like, evolve larger cell volumes and lower maximum population densities, and all become specialised for living in certain conditions. But not all of those populations are fully successful, and some decline in their fitness relation to the ancestor strain when grown in different substances. Therefore, these bacteriums have developed defects and can no longer renovate its DNA, greatly causing escalating the velocity of additional mutations in those strains. To help demonstrate natural selection, a single clone of E. coli was cultured at 37 degrees Celsius for 2,000 generations. A single clone was then extracted from this population and divided into replicates that were then cultured at either 32 Celsius, 37 Celsius, or 42 Celsius for a total of another 2,000 generations. Adaptation of new lines was periodically measured by competing these selection lines against the ancestor strain. By the end of the experiment, the lines cultured at 32 Celsius were shown to be 10% fitter than the ancestral population at 32 Celsius, and then the line cultured at 42 Celsius was shown to be 20% more fitter than the ancestral population. The replicate line that was cultured at 37 Celsius showed little improvement over the ancestral line. When scientists use the word true to describe any aspect of the scientific world, true is the word they use for evolution, because the overwhelming evidence there is to support the theory. In a nutshell, DNA sequencing supports the evolutionary relationship of all species, which is backed up by the fossil record, and also the process of natural selection predicts we find no species with adaptations that benefit only a different species. We also find dead genes, switched off, non-functional, pseudogenes, which have lost their protein coding ability, vestigial parts and organs. Every single fossil that has been found, every piece of DNA molecule that has been and is going to be sequenced, every organ system that is dissected, supports the idea that species evolution from common ancestors, when despite massive of innumerable possibilities, observations that could prove evolution wrong or untrue, scientists don't have one single one to doubt it. As I've mentioned in other videos, human chromosome number 2, our fused ancestral chromosome, we have 46 pair of chromosomes, the other great apes 48. Wild horses have 66, domestic horses 64, and donkeys 62. These are very good examples of apes and horse ancestral species relationships. If these chromosomes were defects, then they definitely would not pass the embryological stage of development. Also HERs, human endogenous retroviruses, which are viruses that have reverse transcribed RNA into DNA for integration into the host's genome. Oodles of biologists look at hundreds of observations, experiments each and every day. These functions, processes, pour into many scientific publications. Many of them don't have much to do with the world of evolution. A lot of studies are around the basis of biochemistry, something close to my heart, development, and so on, but many of them do and are accountable to evolutionary biology. In fact, every piece of data backs the theory of evolution each and every time, which confirms the truth, why evolution is true.